Hi friends, so this is our first class AWS with the DevOps. So we will see from basics how AWS will work and how DevOps will work. So let's move on to first cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is contain servers, storage, mobile applications and database and deployment models, which means public cloud, private cloud and hybrid cloud. So moving to first slide. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is nothing but on demand delivery of IT resources and applications via the internet with pay as you go pricing. So what does means it will offers of IT resources means storage related or compute related or application related or DNS related, whatever the things. So it will give you with the, it will it will pay as you go means we have to pay the money for that service, right? In the simple terms, cloud computing provides an easy way to access servers, storage, databases, and broad set of application services over the internet. What does means if you have internet, you can easily create servers, which means launch instances, terminate, and stop the instances. Meanwhile, if you have some data or any videos, you can store it, or any student information or any employee information, so you can store it. Any kind of applications also, if you have just internet, you can access it at anywhere across the world. So basically the cloud computing having six um, advantages. What are those? First one is trade fixed expense for variable expense, benefit from massive economy of scale, stop guessing capacity, increase speed and agility, stop spending money running and maintaining data centers, go global in minutes. So these are the six advantages. We can see one by one. Trade fixed expense for variable expense. It means instead of investing data centers and servers, you will only pay for the what you are consuming and when you are consuming it. So if you want start any startup company or what, so that time you need to purchase. You don't need to purchase building, right? You can go for the rent option, right? In the same manner, cloud computing also will work. It will what are the resources you have used, so for that only you have to pay the money. You no need to pay for the any infrastructure related stuff, which means data centers or physical servers in network. So these stuff cloud will manage. Second thing, it will allow to focus on delivering new products instead of maintaining and create your own infrastructure. So it will help us to, you can directly deliver the new products. Whatever the product we have, if you want, you can deliver your product. Don't invest your time on your infrastructure. Already infrastructure related stuff is taken care by our cloud team, right? No need to maintain staff, no need to maintain any employees, no need to invest any money on that. You need to focus on products only. So second one, benefit from massive economies of scale. By using cloud computing, you can achieve a lower cost than you can get on your own. Let's take an example. See, already we discussed about, if you want to start a new startup company, no need to construct a building. If you go for the rent is a lower than low cost only, right? Compared to if you want to start the building from scratch from empty venture, it will take too much of time and too much of cost as well. Because why it will help us? For suppose if any because usage of hundreds of thousands of customers is aggregated in the cloud, providers such as AWS can achieve higher economies of scale, which translate into lower pay-as-you-go prices. Let's take an example. If already one building is there, you go for rent only one room, right? The whole multiple persons, multiple people will go and take by rent. So here what will happen, there is only sharing, right? You no need to pay for the entire cost, you need to pay for the lower amount only. Whatever you are using at room cost only you have to pay. This is the best advantage from cloud computing. Stop guessing capacity. One of the biggest problem of creating our own infrastructure is know to know how much capacity you will need over time. In the case of an e-commerce website, you might have more traffic during Black Friday, which will make you over provision your resources. With cloud computing, you can scale up and scale down depending on what you need. So what does means in the cloud, what does cloud computing help us here? If any heavy traffic, for example any Diwali festival or any Ugadi festival or any Sankranti festival and Dasara festival, what will happen? Heavy request will go on Amazon or Flipkart. Heavy request will come, right? That time servers need to be increased, right? See, if you have one standard infrastructure you have, for example you have 1200 square feet already you have. If too much of crowd came, you can't manage, but you never know, right? Whenever crowd come, whenever own crowd came, you don't know, right? So for that cloud computing, what it will do, if you want more servers, yeah, you can purchase and you can use it, you can pay as you go. See, that is a simple, right? Increase speed and agility, which means in cloud computing environment, new IT resources are only a click away, which means that you reduce the time to make those resources available to your developers from weeks to just minutes. This results in a dramatic increase in agility for the organization, since the cost and the time it takes to experiment and develop is significantly lower. What does mean? Increase speed and agility. So if you want new IT resource, for example, you want any storage, you want any servers, so no need to take extra effort. So it's a simple click only. Just a click, 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 whatever you want, you will get the resource with a fraction of minutes only. So next advantage is stop spending money running and maintaining data centers. Focus on projects that differentiate your business, not the infrastructure. Cloud computing lets you focus on your customers rather than the heavy lifting of racking, stacking, and powering of servers. So, what does means? What does mean? You just need to focus on your business, not the infrastructure. Already, cloud will manage our customers and any heavy lifting of racking, stacking, and powering servers. See, any rack of the servers, which means the physical layers of the servers, and power outages, everything. Stacking means storage, everything it will maintain. Next one is go global in minutes, which means you easily deploy your application in multiple regions around the world with just a few clicks. This means you can provide lower latency and better experience for your customers and minimal cost. For example, you have deployed your application in one of the server. So across the world, anyone can easily access the application, right? This is the six advantages we have in cloud computing. Let's move on to next types of cloud. So types of cloud, we have four types of cloud: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. First, we'll talk about public cloud. Public cloud provides a shared platform that is accessible to the general public through an internet connection. Public cloud operates the pay-as-you-go model and is administered by the third party, that is a cloud service provider, which means public cloud who want to start a new business or new office or whatever it may be, new application, anyone can easily create our public cloud account, which means AWS or Azure or GCP account. They will build our application, they will deploy our application. So but they are ready to pay as you go only, right? So anyone can easily access. We have four advantages for the public cloud: scalability, cost effective, high availability, and global accessibility. First one, scalability. Easily scale resources up or down based on demand. For suppose already you have 10 servers, you need 4 servers tomorrow. Yes, you can easily spin up servers after 2 or 4 days. You don't want 8 servers, you need only 4 servers. Based on your business request, you can terminate or stop your servers. It will also save the cost, right? Cost effective. Pay only for what you use without the need for upfront capital expenditure, which means you only pay for the what are the resources, right? If you don't want the resources, no need to use it. You pay only for the what you use. What are the services you are using, you can pay for that resources only. High availability. Providers typically ensure high uptime and reliability. High providers means cloud service providers, which means AWS or Azure or GCP team. They will typically ensure high uptime and reliability. They will give 95% something based on the request. They will maintain some of the resources 99%, few of the resources 95%. Like that, they will manage the high availability. Global accessibility. Access your data and services from anywhere with internet. You have one application, which means I need data upload and download. You have uploaded data in India, but you want to download data in America. Yes, cloud will support, but both across the world, both we need a internet only, just a point of internet. Limitations. Security concerns. Shared infrastructure can pose security and privacy risks. And less customization. Limited control over infrastructure and services. Potential outages. Depends on the providers. Reliability can lead to service disruptions. Vendor lock-in. Switching providers can be difficult and costly due to dependence on one cloud platform. Security concerns. Shared infrastructure, which means for AWS team, you have created one account. If in account you are maintaining the lot of one application but different team members, that time it will difficult to expose the our security, right? See, For suppose I have one server, but I am two persons maintaining the application in the same server, right? Which means one server using two persons. I have stored my some credentials and another person also able to see the credentials. So that is somewhat difficult and less customization. Limited control over infrastructure and services. CSP, I mean AWS or Azure or GCP service providers, only less customization. You won't customize on the resources. For example, you have one resources, T2 medium or somewhat resource type or storage, but you can't customization any color. If you want some, yes, AWS is looks like a yellow color little bit, but yeah, your request is I want change the color. Yo, that is not possible. So that is some kind of customization. Or your letters will come on English only, but you want French or German, so that time it won't allows. Potential outages depends on the provider's reliability can lead the service disruptions. Providers means AWS or GCP or Azure can they will maintain the outage on weekends or any somewhat 1 hours due to upgrades, like any patches, right? So these time they will maintain the reliability. Vendor locks in. For example, you are maintaining your application in AWS cloud. Now if this is bill is happened, that time you want to migrate your application from AWS to Azure, so that time you need to check the dependencies, what are the dependencies required, right? So this is about the public cloud. We have AWS, Azure and GCP. These are the public clouds. Next, move on to private cloud. Private cloud is also known as a internal cloud or corporate cloud. Private cloud provides computing services to a private internet network within the organization and selected users instead of the general public. Private cloud provides high level of security and privacy to data through firewalls and internal hosting. Private cloud also ensure the optional and sensitive data are not accessible any third party providers. And also advantages: enhanced security, customization, compliance, privacy. Enhanced security, resources are not shared with the others. That is why providing better data privacy, which means you have home, right? Home keys. You are never share with anyone. So which means our private, that is our private house, right? Customization, high level of control and customization to meet specific business needs based on your house construction. Whatever you want, you can customization. Like if you want kitchen too small, yes, you can decrease your size, right? So this is one example. Okay. Compliance, easier to comply with the industry regulations and standards. Yeah, it will compete with anyone. So any team, it will follow some standards, right? With the up for approval, it is easy to comply with the industry regulations. And privacy, data is isolated from other organizations, reducing the risk of breaches. Already you have maintained your isolated environment for your organization, right? It reducing the risk of breaches, so it won't the I mean like we are not sharing the data with anyone. And limitations: cost, maintenance, fixed scalability, limited scalability. Cost, more expensive due to the need for dedicated hardware and maintenance. If you want to create your own yeah, you need a building, that maintenance you have to take in care. Maintenance, requires significant IT resources for the setup and management. So you have to maintain the resources for any power issues, networking. You have to maintain everything. Fixed scalability, limited by the physical resource available. Yeah, for suppose in the you have the physical racks for the 10 GB of servers, but you want 15 GB servers. Is it possible? No. It will allow us to deploy only 10 servers. Limited scalability and scaling up require purchasing additional hardware which takes time and money. Yeah, suddenly you want 10 more servers. That time you want to take in care other hardware components. You want it will take time and money. Examples: HP data centers, Microsoft, Ubuntu, and Elastra private cloud. So these are the main examples. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is combination of public and private clouds. Hybrid cloud is equal to that simple formula is public cloud plus private cloud. Yeah, here one doubt you have. Already we have public cloud. For more security, we have private cloud. Why we need hybrid cloud? Yes, it's a good point. The main aim of combination of these clouds here it is to create unified, automated, and well-managed computing environment. Right? The agenda here it is. Yeah, in public cloud, I'll manage the some of the servers. For sensitive data, I'll use in private cloud, right? So this is the main advantage of hybrid cloud. Sensitive data can kept in the private cloud while less critical workloads can be handled by the public cloud. Advantages: flexibility. The mix of public and private clouds allows for the optimized workload placement. Cost efficiency. Critical workloads can run on the private cloud while less sensitive tasks utilize the public cloud. Scalability. Easily scale workloads across the cloud environments based on demand. Disaster recovery. A hybrid setup can provide more robust backup and disaster recovery options by leveraging both cloud environments. Right? Limitations. Complex integration requires careful management and integration between different cloud environments. Potential security. Potential security challenges due to data transfer between public and private clouds. Management overhead requires robust management tools and practices to handle hybrid environments. Vendor lock-in. You may you may become dependent on the specific cloud providers, making it hard to switch or changes services. Right? These are the limitations for hybrid cloud. If I go for the example, AWS Outpost, Oracle Cloud at Customer, Google Cloud, Anthos, Microsoft Azure Stack. So these are the examples for hybrid cloud. Community cloud. A community cloud is shared by the multiple organizations with the similar interest or requirements, enabling collaborating efforts while maintaining control over security and compliance. It offers a cost-effective solution by pooling resources, and it can be hosted either on premises or by the third-party provider. Why comes into picture in community cloud? Community means multiple, like we have some uh, multiple people having the same requirement. They will group as a they will make for a one group, which means one community for a hundreds of people. They will met with the community. They will create one team. So that is means community. They will go and purchase one CSP. They will go and purchase one CSP. Yes, for hundreds of persons, hundreds of people, they want to they want to create on their own profile. For suppose kind of LinkedIn profile. So 100 accounts needed. For that we need some servers, some databases, some load balancers, auto scaling kind of stuff required, right? The 100 people, they don't want to create 100 AWS accounts. They will create only one AWS account. They will create one server. They will use one database. They will decrease the cost. So that is the main advantage, right? The infrastructure is owned, managed, and operated by one or more of the participating organizations, a trusted third party. Yeah, out of 100 people, if they required, they will maintain one person, they can maintain community cloud, or any, they will go and select one third party person, they'll pay the money. It's a simple process. Advantage here it is cost sharing. Infrastructure costs are shared among the organizations, reducing individual expenses. Enhanced collaborations facilitates collaboration between organizations with the similar needs. Security and privacy better than public cloud due to limited access to the participating organizations. Scalability can scale the resources to accommodate the needs of multiple organizations within the community. Limitations limited usage, not as a widely adopted or supported as a public and private clouds. Higher cost, more expensive than public clouds due to specialized requirements. Complex management requires coordination among the multiple organizations, right? Security concerns, although more secure than public cloud, sharing resources, potential security risks. Limited control, less control over the infrastructure compared to a private cloud, as it is shared with the others. In next session, we'll create one AWS account with hands-on, and we will deploy resources. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.